Welcome to the Glam Life Podcast, where we empower and inspire beauty professionals to take their careers to the next level. Your host, Victoria, is a certified business coach with over a decade of experience in the beauty industry, helping countless beauty professionals start and grow successful businesses. Now she's sharing her knowledge and expertise with you. Whether you're just starting out in the beauty industry or looking to take your business to new heights, this podcast is for you, covering topics like community, management, branding, and much more. So join us on this journey to build the beauty business of your dreams.
Hello, and welcome back to the Glam Life Podcast. I'm your host, Victoria Glam. I'm Victoria Glam, I guess, if you follow me over on Instagram, or now if you follow me on Threads, which is exactly the content that I want to talk to you about today. So a little bit about myself before we get into today's episode. If we've never met yet, hi, I'm Victoria Rocca, also known as Victoria Glam. That's my social media handle. I own the Microblading Institute, which now officially as of this summer has locations in Louisiana, Washington State, Mississippi, Ohio, Illinois, and we have an affiliate in Texas. And if you are looking to become an educator and you've been doing permanent makeup for a while, get at me, because I would love to have more affiliates where I can send this plethora of students we have coming our way. Anyway, I also own Brow Sister PMU products, which actually sponsors this podcast. Nobody else sponsors this. This is just me, Brow Sister, and all of our amazing Brow Sister clients. Anyway, right now we are going through our what we call the summer series, right? The summer content series. So I'm coming on here every week, coming to you on Mondays, and I am giving you guys kind of the lowdown on my favorite ways to create content, secret hacks for creating content, and even different types of content. And today I really want to get into Threads, because I feel like Twitter has never really been a major player in the content game for promoting beauty businesses. And now that Threads and Instagram are intertwined, basically, I actually think there's a way to turn this into an opportunity. But I'm seeing people trying already, and they're failing hard. It's nothing that's going, I think, to be a long-term kind of like win for their business, because it's too salesy, it's too spammy, and it's just not the way that this should be utilized. So I'm going to get into that a little bit. I'm going to get into how I'm going to utilize it and how we can measure whether or not this is working. Because, of course, it is a system of trial and errors, right? Like, it's just starting. Everything new has to be almost like A/B tested, right? Try it this way, try it that way, see what's working, see what gains you traction. Quick recap, because we did take off last week for the 4th of July. Already in the summer series, we have discussed figuring out who your ideal client is. Who are you actually speaking to? When you create content, you shouldn't just be speaking to anybody and everybody who might pay attention to you. Instead, we want to speak specifically to one ideal client. You can go back and listen to that episode if you need to. I even have an ideal client worksheet if you need that I've created actually for my business. I have a partnership called Muse Media, where we create content for you. We spend like one day making you 30, 60, or 90 days of content. And whenever I onboard people for that, I have a worksheet that helps you figure out exactly who this person is, right? So I'm happy to send you that. Just DM me over on Instagram at victoria.glam. Just DM me, hey, I need help with my ideal client. So anyway, once we figure out who that is, mine is Brittany. She's a millennial mom. She has really young kids, and she either works a 9-to-5 and really wants to kind of own her time more so she can be the mom she wants to be, the homeroom mom, the field trip mom, the mom who stays home when the kids are sick. Or maybe she is already a stay-at-home mom and she would like something of her own as her kids get a little older and go off to school, or just a little bit of cash on the side so that she can do the kinds of things with her family or even for herself that she wants to without feeling like she needs to ask anyone to fund it for her. Like, who wants to go to their partner every time you need something and say, hey, can I go get my nails done? Oh, $100, it's so expensive. Like, who wants to do that? Just go and make your own money and make it on your own time. So that is my ideal client. Of course, I could break it down even further for you, but if you can't even break it down that far, name, age, kids or not, what does she want this money for? Like, what's the why? Why does she want this? Then you really can't create great content for her. And then your niche, I think a lot of people think, well, doing brows is my niche. Doing lashes is my niche. Well, I'm a spray tanner. That's my niche. It's not. It's not. That is your commodity. That is the thing that you sell. That is not a niche. A niche is how you do the thing that you do, right? So it's getting very specific with that. So if you were niching down in brows, let's say, you might be a correctives specialist, or you might specialize in melanated lips, right? So it's really giving them 2 or 3 steps further than just the main idea. So, okay. Now that we've broken down who we're talking to and what we're talking about, let's proceed, because we need both of those things to really get deeply involved with Threads. So on Instagram, everybody's making reels, right? And that's not because we want to, it's because we were forced to. And in the beginning, that was great, because in the beginning, they gave us almost unlimited reach, right? So if you made a reel that was cute, or that was funny, or that was entertaining, or really educational, very valuable, you could get 20, 30, 50, 100-something thousand views on that reel. That's a double-sided coin, right? Because that's great. It's creating lots and lots and lots of brand awareness. But also, it might attract people who aren't necessarily your ideal client. So be wary when going for virality. We don't have to worry about that on Instagram anymore, because Instagram no longer really lets you go viral, right? You're getting 200 views. TikTok, same thing. It used to be amazing, incredible, uninhabited reach, and now you're getting 200 views. So it almost feels like I'm doing so much work, and why? So for the majority of the summer, I think it was very easy for me to say, I'm taking off. I'm doing my summer of suns. I'm off every day at 11. I pick up my kids from daycare and we throw my phone away. We go to the pool, or we go to the movies, or we go to an arcade, or we go to Sky Zone, or we go to a play date. We do whatever we want with the entirety of our day for 2 reasons. One, my sons are never going to be 4 and 5 years old again, wanting to be around mommy all the time. And 2, it really didn't hurt that bad to not pay attention to my business from 11 a.m. onward, because as long as I get like my contracts done, answering emails, answering students, confirming clients, between the hours of 8 and 11, what else is left for me to do? Because my content is a waste of time at this point. It's not reaching new followers. It's not reaching like non-followers, and the followers that it is reaching are the same like 20 followers over and over and over again. So like, why work so hard? Why work my ass off? And they killed the creator fund too. So like, Meta is not even going to pay me to do. No, it makes no sense for me to beat my head against this wall. I am not Mario. I'm not trying to break bricks with my freaking fists. Okay, I'm not going to keep beating on this. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Now, conversely, at the same time, Elon Musk bought Twitter, and he has been just absolutely strangling that thing to death. He really hated Twitter, and he is making sure that they suffer. So Zuckerberg was like, you know what's my favorite thing to do? Steal from other platforms. He's like wiggling his fingers together like an evil villain. I'm gonna steal it. I'm going to steal the Statue of Liberty. So, is that what it was in Minions? What did he want to steal? The Eiffel Tower? I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, that's Mark Zuckerberg's whole steez, right? Like, that's what he likes to do. So he was just apparently waiting, plotting, just on the sidelines, wiggling his fingers together, squinting his eyes, just waiting for his moment to strike. And last week, Elon Musk said, if you're not paying $8 or $15 or whatever it is a month for your verification badge, then I'm going to limit how many tweets you can see. Twitter was like, I've really had it with this dude. I've really had it. And Mark Zuckerberg was like, now, push the button, fire, now, send it off, now, blow up the bomb, now. And he randomly, one evening, 2 nights ago, dropped Threads, which is a Twitter competitor. They're now in a lawsuit, by the way, or saying that he stole a bunch of Twitter employees that had been let go but still had NDA, taking a bunch of trade secrets and blah, 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 blah. So they're going to wind up with a settlement, I'm sure. But trust me, Threads isn't going anywhere. Threads is not going anywhere. It is the fastest growing platform ever, bar none. Within hours, it had reached 70 million new subscribers. Hours, not days, not the first week, not the first day. Hours. 70 million. And here's the real thing that stuck out at me as like, oh, okay, this is worth my time. Who wants to start over all over again on a new platform? Who wants to build? We struggled with that on TikTok, right? Like if you missed the wave, if you waited too long and you start a new account, you start off with 0 followers. And now that the reach has been suppressed on TikTok, you're going to pretty much stay at 0 followers. You struggle to get that first 1,000 followers, right? Zuckerberg has got your back for once. Now, listen, it seems in the immediate that he's got your back, but I'll explain what's going on shortly. So when you sign up for Threads, it uses your Instagram profile to sign up. So everyone who follows you on Instagram, when they sign up for Threads, they are automatically following you on Threads. So if you have 13,000 followers, like I do, I have 13.6 currently on Instagram, when those people sign up for Threads, they are automatically following me. Unless, of course, they opt out of following. But the majority of people are going to click yes, follow all, because they want to see content that they actually are interested in. And also they want their followers to be brought over as well, right? So you don't start at 0. You start at, however many followers you have. It doesn't feel that way at first. I think I'm floating at like 600 right now, but that's because not everyone has started a Threads account. But as they do, they'll just continually be added to my followers list. And here's the thing, Zuckerberg is currently not suppressing you. So when you post, your folks see it. Yay! Somebody actually had, I don't know what we're going to call it. Like we called it tweeting on Twitter, right? Are we going to call it threaded? I don't know. So someone had threaded that they were like, is it just me, or does it feel like you're seeing people that you haven't seen in years on this app? Yes, because you've been following 13,000 people, right? But you've only been seeing 100 of those people, 90 of those people for at least 2 years, if not longer, right? So it's kind of like, oh my God, I miss you. Where have you been, Neezy? Yeah. So it's giving like 2008 Twitter vibes. It's giving Tumblr in 2009. It's giving 2020 TikTok. It's amazing. And currently, okay, so the issue that I personally had with Twitter is I felt like it was just a cesspool of negativity. It's where people went to gripe and bitch and complain and attack other people for things that they tweeted. I did not like Twitter. I was not interested in Twitter. I've never been interested in Twitter. Pass. Threads doesn't feel that way. Because we already have our communities established, I'm hopeful it stays this way. Now, as you know, and as Gary Vee has told us many, many times, nothing stays this way. This is how every new platform begins, with the algorithm wide open, tons of opportunity to grow, but you've got to get there early. It's like a freaking MLM. And then they start suppressing things so that you pay for ads. And then before you know it, it's all ads. And here's the thing. Currently, there is no tab to click to watch just the people you're following. Currently, there is only a worldwide algorithm. Now, are they going to add a following tab later? Maybe, but why didn't they do it yet? So according to Elon Musk, who is just absolutely watching this like a hawk because he's A, building a lawsuit, and B, just shitting on it over on his app, Twitter, he was saying, well, yeah, because that's how they're going to suppress and control information. If you have no way to filter what it is you're seeing, you can only see what they allow you to see. Well, currently we can see everything, Elon, okay? So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And this is where your opportunity comes into play. Right now, everything you tweet will be seen by everyone who follows you. Or I'm saying tweet, but I mean on Threads. Here's the thing. Do not go on Threads and post, what's your biggest struggle with microblading? Tell me, what's keeping you from taking my course? There are only 2 seats left in the July class. No one gives a shit, okay? You're ruining it. You're ruining it. You are the one ruining it. That is not the vibe here. We now need to see the personality behind the person who we've only previously seen dancing around on filters, lip syncing things. We don't want to see your face. We don't want to see your reels. We don't want to see your TikToks. We want to see you write a 500 or less character tweet, more or less, thread, whatever, that showcases your personality, because people buy from people. People buy from people. People buy from people. It doesn't matter how good your product is. Look at Shein. That's not really fair in this instance because we don't know who's really running Shein. But it's true. It's true, right? Like that was a price over quality. It's true though, right? Like this is the entire thought process behind celebrity makeup brands. You buy from people that you have built some kind of pseudo trust relationship with. Do I know Selena Gomez? No. Do I like Selena Gomez? Yeah. Do I like the real Selena Gomez? Well, I don't know because I don't know her, but I like the Selena Gomez that has been presented to me, so I buy Rare Beauty. Right? Do we not like Hailey Bieber? Correct. No one likes Ear Baldwin, Nobody likes Putin Baldwin. So do we buy Rhode skincare? No. I don't even believe that she knows what's in Rhode skincare. Allegedly. Don't sue me. Oh my God. Whatever. I'm just pointing out that people buy from people based on the trust factor and the likability. Do I trust you? Do I like you? Do I believe in your business because I believe in you? And that is what you're going to use this for. This is a nurture app. This is a nurturing app. And the way that everyone can see everyone's everything right now is crazy because it's allowing you to build community at a rate that you never have been able to before. And it's making people who have never been reachable to you before incredibly accessible. Incredibly accessible. So, for instance, my realtor who works here in Lafayette, Louisiana with me just had a thread exchange with my friend Kendra Neal. She lives in Georgia, but I don't remember where in Georgia. But anyway, I responded to something that Kendra had posted, and that meant that Kendra was able to see it, and then Kendra commented on it, and now Kendra and Kendra are friends, which is difficult to say, but it is true. Kendra and Kendra were tweeting about, I don't know, what was the, if you had an unlimited budget, what would you put in your house? And Kendra was like, oh, for sure I'm putting mood lighting throughout the entire house. I want like auburn lighting that can come on just in the evenings, which same girl, that's such a good idea. And if you know Kendra Neal, like with that auburn hair, yes, it's giving Merida. I love it. Merida, what's her name? Anyway, but those people have never met. They do not know each other. They are not in each other's circles. They are not in the same industry. There's no reason that they should ever be able to see each other's tweets. But the way that we are building a community and meeting each other through one another is out of control. Brow Daddy is responding to everybody. And by the way, Brow Daddy, Ruben is going ham, okay? He has really just aired out the beefs he has with every person in the industry, every big name in the industry. He flamed his own product deals. He is raw. He is giving it to us raw dog style. Okay, Ruben, go off. Daddy, Brow Daddy. I am not going to do that, but you go. I guess he's big enough that he doesn't need anybody. He really cleared his own checkerboard. He said, show me my opponent. He doesn't care. And that right there is something that you don't see on Instagram. You do not see that kind of raw realness in real time on Instagram. And definitely, he's not sitting there in the comments responding to every single person because he's just having a conversation. Not on Instagram, but it's happening on Threads. He is responding to everyone on Threads because A, it's not oversaturated. He doesn't have 20,000 people in his comments. He also doesn't have bots in his comments. He also doesn't have a bunch of brands in his comments saying, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. It's just me and you in his comments. It's 60 comments right now. So of course he sees them. Of course he sees them. Amazing. The opportunity for you right now is amazing. And all you have to do is show up and be yourself. Not be your niche, be yourself. So when I show up and I start talking about random things, like for instance, I was going on a little lady date. I was going out with one of my girlfriends. We both found out that we are nominated for Best of Acadiana in our, our town, whatever, in the brows category, both of us. And I was like, girl, let's go celebrate. How exciting. So we went out for sushi and I was feeling a little down that day. So I went shopping first and I went to Ulta. I got a bunch of new products. So excited. I also got like the tester size of a new scent, let's call it. Put it on, finished getting ready, drive myself almost all the way to the sushi restaurant. I'm at the red light about to turn in and I realize, is this a man's cologne instead of a lady's perfume? So I Googled it. Sure enough, it is Cara Helena Bad Boy Cobalt. It's for boys, right? And the girls one is called Good Girl or something like that. So I was like, oh, oopsie. But I thought it was funny. So I made a thread that basically said, accidentally bought men's cologne, just might steal your bitch. Bro, when I tell you all these people thought it was so funny and it was reaching people, it has nothing to do with my business. But it shows personality, which builds friendship, even pseudo friendship, because do we actually know each other? No, but it doesn't matter because it showcases who you truly are and your sense of humor and your views on the world and your opinions. And that can be polarizing, but it can also be the strongest magnet in the world to pull your ideal clients toward you without ever mentioning the niche or the product. This is how you're going to utilize Threads. You are going to go over there and you are going to be yourself and you are going to be social on social media and interact with people, and you are going to build a community. And because they already follow you on Instagram, they already know what you do. And they can easily find your Instagram page and find out what you do. So you don't need to go over there and sell anything. And if you do, I'm going to fucking block you. Okay, I'm going to block you because I don't want to see that shit. It's not that time on Threads yet. These are the early days. These are the early days. These are the days when there are not ads, when there are not bots. These are the days when there are not fake porn stars messaging you, want to see my whatever. Like, there's none of that. It's just genuine, innocent, community building conversation. And it's not even negative conversation, except for Ruben going off. But even that was met with like support. You know, this is your chance. Here's your one chance, Fancy. Don't let me down. I will see you right back here next week on the Glam Life Podcast, where we will continue our summer content series. And in the meantime, as always, if you have any questions about anything that I have discussed here, feel free to DM me over on Instagram at victoria.glam. And please, please, please head over to browsister.com for all of your numbing needs, any of your pigments, and we will be announcing something new in the store very shortly. We're kind of finalizing contracts on that. But anyway, I really appreciate everyone who supports Brow Sister. It is the only reason that this podcast is possible. I love you. I love you. See you next week.